everyone, I'm Ashley Jeffrey Bouck. I'm the CEO of the Mohawk Hudson Humane Society, and here with me today is our Director of Behavior and Enrichment, Nancy Haynes, and we're going to talk about fireworks. Fireworks have seemed to be popping up more than just your 4th of July holiday, and we know that it affects our pets, it affects our veterans, it affects a lot of people even with sensory issues, so who better than the expert here to help us to prepare our animals anytime that we're hearing fireworks. So we have some great questions. If you guys have any questions, please always look to the Mohawk Hudson Humane Society as a resource for you. So Nancy, who do we have with us today?
So she might be a little off camera, but we have June. She is a 6-year-old, probably pit bull bulldog mix. She's actually happily enjoying one of my props to talk about today, which is just a interactive toy that has some spray cheese in it. And it sounds silly and easy, but it's actually a great way to con them, to have them be thinking about something other than what's making them anxious.
Yeah. So what about fireworks really scares our pets?
So yeah, we have a lot of people know that their pets are sensitive to fireworks. What we're seeing now is, I think because of the pandemic, a lot of people are home, we're seeing fireworks a lot more often than just the 4th of July. So unfortunately, that's really hard for us to plan. If you know your dog is noise sensitive or sensitive to fireworks, you can prep a little bit better for the 4th of July, but now we're seeing them every day of the week almost in different areas. So there's a lot of really good things you can do for the dogs to prep them to handle their own anxiety even when you don't know something is coming. One of the best ways to do that is to have a safe haven for your dog. And you actually need to do a little bit of training with them to teach them, but a safe haven is a place where they can go to, even on their own, and feel comfortable. So it's not where they go and hide because they're scared. So if your dog normally hides in the bathtub during firework, that is not going to be necessarily their safe haven. It's going to be someplace that they can easily get to on their own, someplace that's comfy and cozy. You can have a crate, you can have a bed, a mat. You're teaching them that this is a place to relax and that this is a place to be safe. So nobody is approaching them when they're in there. Nobody is removing them from that area. If you have to bring them out of their safe haven, you'd want to lure them. And they get to have really great things in there, like a food stuff toy or a Snuffle Mat. And I'll talk a little bit more about all of those things. But it's one of the things to really help them be able to self-soothe.
Well, how can we tell if our pets are anxious?
So lots of times pets will vocalize. You'll see them shake or shiver. They will be more clingy than normal. You know, if your pet normally follows you around the house, that's a normal activity for them. But if they will not leave your side and they seem very stressed out, you might see dilated pupils. They might try to be hiding in small areas, like I said, the bathtub is a common one, or hiding in their crate, or trying to, get under the bed or under the covers with you. All of the, normal signs of stress, I think it's pretty easy for us to recognize in our pets. You're moving.
So this safe haven that you talked about, is that something that we as pet moms and dads should set up, or do they kind of self-select where that safe haven might be? You were saying the bathtub might not be the best place, but a kennel might. So should we always have it kind of set up, or how should we prepare?
Yeah, so that's a great question. The safe haven is really great to always have set up, because it could be that your dog is anxious about fireworks. It could be thunderstorms. It could be anything. It could be the mailman. It could be visitors. So creating a safe haven for them always is great. Each dog in your home should have its own safe haven, even your cat too. And it can be somewhere where they normally are very relaxed. So if they're very relaxed laying next to your bed in the bedroom, that's a great place to use. If they're very relaxed, under the table in the dining room, use it there. It's someplace that they can feel relaxed, and it's someplace, if they don't have a natural inclination to go somewhere on their own, it's someplace that you can teach them to feel relaxed.
Okay. So I know you've brought some props and some things. So are these some of the things we could have in the safe haven, and also some coping mechanisms for them as they're anxious?
Yes. So, and June might try to demonstrate some of them for us. But one great thing to have, and it's not just for anxiety, you can use it for any type of training and any type of enrichment for the dogs, is a Snuffle Mat. Lots of trainers are talking now about ditching their food bowls completely. So the Snuffle Mat helps use their brain, it helps tire them out, but it's also a good activity if they're not too stressed to eat. This is a good activity to use because it's fun for them. They can get extra kibble or extra toys, or treats rather, and we're gonna see if June Bouck will demonstrate for us. So what I'm gonna do is just load it with some treats, and this encourages them to do their natural foraging. So we're gonna just stuff them around in here. These are very easy to make yourself too. You can just look up online, do-it-yourself Snuffle Mats. This one was made, I believe, by one of our, either a volunteer or was donated. Come here. It's like, no way, come here. So I'm gonna show her what I just did, and hopefully the camera can see her. So this activity could take them a couple minutes. It could take them 10 or 15 minutes. It kind of depends on how fast your dog eats. I love to use it for just their meals. I have a senior dog who doesn't need it, but I have a younger dog who absolutely loves it. And when he starts getting so excited when I load the Snuffle Mat. So it is, if they'll still eat, it's a really great tool to use when they're stressed because you're taking their mind off of the noise phobia. Another thing that I have is a thunder shirt. Lots of people have probably seen what these are, and it's basically the same as swaddling a baby. So it gives them that compression. It makes them feel a little bit safer. You can put this on them as soon as they start to seem anxious. They can wear it all day if they need to. If you know you're going to be out of the house and there's going to be fireworks, you can put this on them ahead of time. It should be nice and snug because you want it to feel like an embrace and a hug. And you can find these Amazon or any kind of pet retail store. The biggest issue you have to worry about is they may tear it apart and take it off themselves, which happens. June was chewing on a toy that I had brought up, which I filled with Kong Easy Treat. You can use spray trees. This is liver flavored. She loved it. Yeah. You just spray it in there, it keeps her occupied. And again, this is for pets that aren't too stressed to eat. Some of the other things we brought up are, there's lots of brands on the market. This one is Composure. It's vet recommended treats to help with anxiety. You can use CBD oil. We can't recommend one over the other. I'm not a veterinarian, so what I will say is these aren't going to hurt them. You know, you may or may not see any success with them, but the Composure, the veterinary science ones work really well. We have tried CBD oil in the shelter and seen some nice effects from it. The other thing I think I brought is some aromatherapy. The nice thing about essential oils, we use Young Living. You want to make sure that whatever brand you're using, that it's pure. But what you want to do is just offer them to smell it. Some dogs like it, some dogs don't. You're interested?
June is very interested.
Very
in these
interested.
essential oils. So she's sniffing the cap.
So she's sniffing it and she says, "Wow, that's a little strange." What is that? What? Good job.
What scent do you have?
This one is Stress Away, which is a great one to help. You know, they have peace and calming, they have Stress Away. Most brands have something similar to that. And you can put it on their bedding. You could put it on the thunder shirt. You could put it on your hands and give them a nice massage. But it's all of these things are just helping calm them and take their mind off of the noises outside. Another really good thing to do is have a white noise machine, or if you don't have a white noise machine, you can use the radio or the television. You want to make sure it's on something soothing. You know, we usually recommend like talk radio or classical music or something like that. And just all of these things can happen in their safe haven so that they understand that this area is calm, relaxing, and all good things happen here.
Nancy, so one of the questions we get is if your pets go and they hide under the bed and they're scared, should we be taking them out to try to soothe them ourselves, or how should we handle that situation?
Yeah, I would not recommend removing them. You don't know how they're going to act, so you don't want to risk being bitten or scratched. Obviously, they chose that area. It might not be ideal for us, but they chose that area because it's making them feel a little bit safer. If they were the type of animal that felt safer by us soothing them, they would have chosen that. So it's really about letting them be in there. You could certainly give them something. You could use aromatherapy when they're under there, or give them their favorite toy or something to see if they would interact with that, but I would leave them where they are.
Okay. And if we know, say it is around a 4th of July holiday, or we know that there's going to be a thunderstorm or fireworks display or something, if we've been seeing it, should we do something with them earlier on in the day to kind of prep them?
Absolutely. The old saying, a tired dog is a good dog. People say that a lot, and it's still true. You really want to make sure they're getting their normal amount, if not more, of exercise and activity. And you also want to be doing a lot of enrichment stuff so that they're using their brain. 4th of July, it's likely going to be very hot outside, so it may be that you can't take them on a 2 or 3 mile walk or hike or run, but you can do stuff inside like the Snuffle Mat and interactive toys that are loaded with food or treats or something like that to give them some enrichment, because the more tired they are, the more likely they're going to sleep, they're going to be relaxed.
Well, this is all such great information, and we hope you guys found this very helpful. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Nancy would be able to answer them. Visit mohawkhumane.org or our Facebook page. And we hope that everybody has a pretty stress-free holiday and thunderstorms as they come about as well. Thanks, Nancy.
Thank you.